Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy and he scored a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's the type who quietly does his work rather than boasting about achievements he hasn't earned. He usually doesn't talk big. He prefers action over words. He avoids drawing attention to himself and isn't hungry for big success.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he won't lose his temper or make a scene. He's not easily rattled, so you won't see him shouting or falling apart. Instead, he'll quietly pull back and keep his feelings to himself.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
Most people at work will find him a bit distant or even hard to approach, but he won't be getting into loud fights or causing trouble. He doesn't go out of his way to make friends, and you might notice he keeps to himself rather than joke around or socialize. People might respect his work, but not everyone will feel close to him.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your own career, don't expect much cheering or open pride from him. He won't create drama or lash out, but he might quietly pull away or avoid talking about your achievements. He may not put you down, but neither will he celebrate you.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he probably won't openly resent you or create trouble about it. He tends to keep his feelings inside. So even if he feels a bit uneasy or insecure, he won't show it through fights or harsh words. Instead, you might notice him becoming quieter or more distant, especially when money comes up in conversation.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He's not someone who plans every rupee or follows strict budgets, but he's also not careless or reckless with money. He tends to spend on what he needs and doesn't get caught up in fancy purchases or showing off. Still, he won't make huge impulsive purchases that get you into trouble.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He tends to live within his means and doesn't pretend to be richer than he is. You won't see him showing off, buying flashy things, or trying hard to impress others with his lifestyle. He's simple and honest about what he has and what he can afford.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He's not naturally generous or warm. Even with money or kindness, he holds back. You may find him reserved when it comes to both spending and showing care to others. If you need support or a loving gesture, don't expect big surprises or thoughtful gifts from him.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He isn't very open about money, but he's not controlling or manipulative either. He tends to keep things to himself and doesn't talk much about finances. Sometimes you may feel left out of decisions or just unsure where things stand. He's quiet around money matters, not secretive or bossy.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's likely to think housework is mostly your job and may not step in to help much unless asked directly. He doesn't naturally see chores as something to share and might expect you to take care of most of the cleaning, cooking, or daily tasks at home. So expect to remind him. He won't just offer on his own.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is not the type to jump in and get his hands dirty with chores or taking care of children. Most likely, he will hang back and let you handle things, maybe offering a bit of advice or supervising from the side rather than truly pitching in. If you want a true partner who shares all responsibilities at home, you may feel frustrated with his distant or hands off approach.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He doesn't usually argue just to win or prove he's right, but he also doesn't put much effort into truly understanding your side. Most of the time, he'll listen quietly and not say much, which can feel like he isn't really interested in your feelings or point of view. If you want real teamwork and emotional support, you'll have to push for it.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he doesn't usually shout, say hurtful things, or act aggressive. Instead, he tends to keep his feelings inside and might go quiet or distance himself from you. You may notice him becoming withdrawn or not wanting to talk rather than lashing out.
Does he have a bad temper?
He isn't the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. In fact, he is usually calm and hard to stir up. He keeps his emotions under control and doesn't explode over small things. So you're not ignoring any big red flag when it comes to temper.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it hard to say sorry or take responsibility when something goes wrong. Instead of admitting mistakes or offering a genuine apology, he's more likely to go silent or avoid the issue altogether. He's quiet, not openly mean, but taking responsibility isn't easy for him.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He's unlikely to push or force you when you set a boundary. He'll usually accept your no without a fight. He may not show a lot of sensitivity or check in with your feelings, but he's not the kind to argue or ignore your limits. He is withdrawn, not forceful, so your no will be safe with him.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
He doesn't take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Rather than getting upset or making you feel guilty, he'll quietly accept your decision and give you space. He handles these moments with distance, not with blame or a hurt.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to keep private moments private and not use your secrets or intimate times to hurt or embarrass you later. He isn't the type to gossip or throw your vulnerabilities back at you in anger. You don't have to worry about him sharing your business with others or using your private moments against you.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to be faithful and not easily distracted by other women. He prefers to keep to himself and doesn't go out of his way to seek attention or excitement with others. While he may not be very romantic, his loyalty comes from his steady, routine way of living.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He is not the kind of man who gets over possessive, jealous, or suspicious. He keeps to himself and doesn't try to control what you do or who you meet. You won't see him checking up on you all the time or questioning your whereabouts.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, with him, being protective does not come from a controlling place. He isn't the kind to make decisions for you or keep you from doing what you want for your own good. If he ever tries to look out for you, it's likely in small, quiet ways, not by setting rules or acting bossy. His approach is more hands off than heavy handed.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will most likely expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. He doesn't naturally see raising children as a team job, and you may find yourself carrying the larger share of daily tasks and emotional support for the kids. Most of the time, he assumes you'll manage things on your own.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
He is not someone who will lose his temper easily when kids mess up or get upset. Instead, he stays calm and keeps his emotions to himself. His reaction is calm even if it feels a bit cold or hands off at times.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He won't stand in your way if you want to be both a mother and your own person. But don't expect much open support or encouragement from him. He isn't the type to celebrate your achievements or help you chase your dreams along with taking care of the family. His support is quiet, and sometimes it can feel a bit lonely.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
He's not the type to make big promises about supporting your career, so you're not likely to face a sudden change where he asks you to quit after having a child. From the start, he tends to keep his distance and doesn't get deeply involved in your work decisions. He won't encourage you loudly, but he's also not the type to demand you give up your job later.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He's more likely to act polite on the surface with your parents rather than show real warmth. He isn't very expressive or emotional, so you may notice that his interactions are quiet, short, and sometimes a bit distant. While he will not be rude or disrespectful, don't expect him to form a close or loving bond with your family. He's more likely to stick to his own ways rather than make an effort to adjust to your family.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly and not make things worse. He isn't one for loud arguments or dramatic scenes. Instead, he stays quiet and prefers to step back. He keeps peace by staying out of the fuss, even if he's not very emotionally involved.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
He is not the type to be openly modern or traditional, but he usually avoids taking a strong stand either way. With you, he may give you space and not interfere much in your choices. He won't insist or instruct you loudly, but you may feel subtle pressure to act a certain way in front of his family.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will most likely stay out of it instead of supporting you or siding with his family. He doesn't step in during strained moments or take an active stand. Rather, he pulls back and lets the issue play out without getting involved. He won't argue against you, but he also won't defend you either.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He's not really a mummy's boy, so he won't blindly follow his mother or rush to defend her in every situation. However, he also isn't likely to stand up and choose your side if there's a conflict. Instead, he will keep quiet and avoid taking sides altogether.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is not likely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He tends to be quiet and keeps personal matters to himself rather than run to family members with every issue. In this way, you won't have to worry about your secrets becoming gossip.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So that's the story. This guy scores a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short of the standard we would want. Being in a relationship with him feels steady but can get lonely if you need warmth, excitement, or open support. Every day he quietly goes about his work and routines, not causing trouble, but also not bringing much energy or affection into your life.